Hello. So I know it is still August, but where I live, it's starting to get a little chilly. I used to be a summer girly, but I think as things have gotten hotter, I just can't do it anymore. I'm from California, so I have suffered through many hot summers without air conditioning, and I moved to Italy, just one of the other hottest destinations on earth. So I was prepared for the heat, and I've spent a lot of time here growing up, so I knew it was going to be hot. But it's really humid here. I'm over it. I'm over the stickiness. I'm over the heavy air that just feels like it's seeping in your bones. So I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for candles. I'm ready for blankets. I'm ready for cozy outfits. I think I associate fall also with growing up and starting a new school year. I would take every year as an opportunity to like reinvent myself.
Girl, bye.
Whether it was like my hair or my makeup and definitely my clothing, I would always get so excited for a new school year. And I don't feel like much of that has changed. So with the weather changing, I wanted to plan out some sewing projects. I will be starting a new job, and I'm going to take this as an opportunity to make some new clothes and try some new styles that maybe I haven't done before. So I've written out some ideas of projects that I want to start soon. It is August 30th today, but I wanted to get ahead of it and not be making seasonal clothing during the season and be done with the clothing by the time the season is done. So I'm doing something extremely rare for myself and thinking ahead. So the first project that I want to tackle, because I think it will be the most worn item, is a plaid skirt. I think plaid skirts are absolutely timeless. Every season you see them in some shape or form. I definitely want to go for a more classic vintage silhouette. For this skirt, I'll be using Gertie's Stanwyck skirt pattern. I made this last year in a plaid. It was my first time working with the plaid, and I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't realize when you buy a plaid pattern fabric that you have to match the pattern in some shape or form so that it doesn't look so discombobulated. I did what I do best, and I referred to the internet. Luckily, Reddit was extremely helpful, and some nice person took so much time out of their day to literally show photos of how and what I needed to do to match up my skirt. I really liked this pattern. I thought it was quite easy, but I did have to do a lot of adjustments to the skirt. From the general research I've done over time, Gertie adds a lot of hip to her patterns. Her sizing is very inclusive, and I think her designs also have a very vintage silhouette in mind. And I'm not a curvy girl. At least I have made this skirt before, so I know what I need to adjust to make it again. I've been saving this fabric. I bought this at this point months ago. It's kind of a plaid, blue, orange, red, yellow. It's a really pretty, it feels like a wool, if not completely wool, like a blend. I found this super cheap at the market near me, and I knew that it was gonna make a perfect skirt one day. The only thing, it's a little itchy, so I will need to maybe line it. The one struggle I did have with the dress that I made last year was I remember it is very tight on the legs. I think in proper vintage accuracy, it's very pencil skirty, so I do feel like I'm walking a little bit like a penguin when I walk in that skirt. To be honest, I completely adore the version with the buttons on the front and the pockets. I didn't do that with the one I made, and I'm thinking I might try it this time for a bit of a challenge. This skirt reminds me of something like Joan would wear on Mad Men, and I think it's super timeless, super classic, just beautiful and perfect for a work setting or a party setting, or honestly really anything. Look who came to join the party. He really just wanted to lick mommy's snack plate completely clean. Didn't you? Oh my god, stop. Look at these big paws. Look at these big paws. Okay, on to the next. So for my next project I want to tackle, I don't have a pattern, and that's where I was hoping maybe some of you, and by you guys I mean no one, because no one's watching these. I want to do a dress in a very circa 1930s, 1940s era. I haven't worked with any patterns from the 30s and the 40s. Nothing against it, it's just not my preference. But I will say, I've been seeing a lot of these dresses on my Pinterest, and I'm assuming that they are more circa 1930s, 1940s, because they look very similar to a dress that I recently saw in a movie. A few months ago, I went to go see Sinners. I was determined to see it in English because there's just no way I'm going to watch a movie about American music in Italian. Sorry? One particular outfit in mind that was worn by Haley Steinfeld, I believe is her name. And it's a scene where she's at a train station and she's walking up to one of the main characters. The outfit is a blush pink knit dress with a matching hat, a matching purse, and some white little dainty gloves. When I saw this dress, I was like, oh my God. I made a mental note after the movie to go immediately look up this dress. I don't know if it's proper vintage or not. I'm thinking it could be, and maybe they designed the accessories to match it, to go with it. But anyway, I think it's so beautiful. The silhouette is gorgeous. The fact that everything is knit is insane to me. I do not have the skills to knit. I'm not a knitter, but I love the silhouette of the dress and I want to find a pattern that looks like it. I've looked on Etsy and I've looked up some proper vintage reproduction patterns online, and I wasn't finding anything exactly like it, so my search will continue. Maybe I should start knitting, but I don't know if I can afford another hobby at this point. My next idea in mind is a shirt that I've, again, already made, kind of like the plaid skirt, but I want to make it in a different fabric and possibly a different style. So I ordered this 1960s blouse pattern. It is Butterick 9206. To me, this screamed like Office Siren. This looks very like Joan Mad Men to me. It'd be perfect for my new job, which is not in an office, but in a similar setting. I made this one, look B, which I will insert a video. It's kind of giving like 1980s news anchor, to be completely honest. It's sort of dabbling in many eras. If you look a little bit closer at the button holes, then you're probably gonna have nightmares. My sewing machine is quite reliable, but for buttons, it's just not great. So going with the polka dot theme, because I do love a polka dot, I was thinking of using this fabric. It's a white with a brown, dark brown polka dots. Again, timeless, cannot go wrong with polka dots. And I am thinking of doing maybe version A. I just prefer a high neck. I think it's very classy and the style that I like on myself. All right, and last but not least, because you know, this isn't enough projects already, I need to add on just one more.
I'm having a fucking panic attack right now. I need to calm the fuck down because I'm having a panic attack.
Is a pinafore dress. I've seen on Pinterest some pictures of like 1960s, 1970s plaid pinafore dresses. I think this is one of those perfect dresses that you can layer over a turtleneck or a sweater, stockings. Like it can be a piece that you can add to any outfit that will really... He's making some weird noises. Okay. Again, I think this looks very fall, very kind of like back to school. As for patterns, there's a few patterns on Etsy that I've looked at. One is from Pattern Cost Patterns. I've never used this person's patterns, but I constantly am looking through them, and every now and then I favorite some so I can go back and look. They have really high reviews, and I like that this person takes pictures in every garment. You can tell like when people just post patterns or they digitize patterns, but then they don't show an example of it, and that really bothers me because it's like, did you even make it? Like, did you even test it? So yeah. Okay, I lied. I might add one more little project. Another dress that I've seen a lot of, and I've seen some patterns for on Etsy, are these little mini, simple 1960s style dresses. They look very chic, simple. Again, a layering dress you can put under you can put on top of a turtleneck or a long sleeve or stockings. Like, the possibilities are endless. You could probably even wear it in the spring or the summer if you wanted to. I would definitely do maybe like another wool for fall or a plaid. I think a plaid in this dress would look absolutely chef's kiss. Oh, there's a little tail. One problem I have is my current fabric stash is very spring and summer coated. A lot of ginghams, a lot of bright colors. I need to start collecting more for fall and winter for sure. So that concludes my project list for the next month, 2 months or so. I'm thinking of documenting the process. I realistically will probably not get to everything. So this was more of a realistic and a dream list, but I wanted to hold myself accountable so that I could really get to some of these projects. And with that, I need to get to it. So thank you so much for watching.